is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
And a pleasant good evening live from the Southwest Oklahoma Brewery, and we are at 104 Southwest 2nd Street in the heart of downtown Lawton, and we want you to be a part of what we call our Coaches Show each and every Tuesday night with 5 area schools, starting with the 3 Lawton schools, and then we'll also have Cash and Walters as our special guests. So coaches and players, and I guess we're getting ready for Zero Week, even though it's a strange atmosphere to say that this time of the year to have 78 degrees for a kickoff on Friday. I don't think I have ever in the state of Oklahoma kick off football that way. Just a couple years ago, it was over 100 degrees. They had to move games to 8 o'clock because of the heat and the heat bubble. But now, fall-like weather, I'm not going to jinx it, but, a little bit of rain today, that is football weather for me. And if you're ready, we are ready, and we're at Southwest Oklahoma Brewery. First guest is Michelle Gonzalez, and you guys have an interesting story of how you set up the only brewery here in Lawton that you actually have a whole building dedicated to that right behind. But what I was really impressed with is the food and the layout of that. I know that brewery is in your name, but really it should be food and brewery because food is pretty. Why don't you tell a little about what you have to offer on the menu and what you can offer us?
Yeah. So we do smoked barbecue. So we have some brisket ribs. We make our own sausage in-house. Everything is smoked overnight and served in the morning. We have appetizers, entrees, sandwiches, and then we have a little bit of our summer menu that we just started with more salads, sandwiches, keeping things a little bit lighter.
Yeah, I noticed that too with when you say you have the meat plates, that is the summer. It's kind of a lighter portion. So if you come in for lunch, you can either do the summer or you can do the full-blown, the experience there. And then you hooked me on the sausage when I first came here to experience this last week at lunch. To have it there, it's got a little bit of spice in it. It's got a little bit of cheese in it. So if you're kind of a hot link, kind of a sausage link person, this is for you.
Yes, we make it with cheddar, jalapenos, and habaneros.
Okay, so if you're not hungry enough, then you need to come down here. How late are we open tonight?
Tonight we're open until 9 p.m.
Okay, so 9 o'clock on a Tuesday, and it's a great opportunity, and we're going to be here all season long, so get ready for football at its best with coaches and players. We'll start off with the MacArthur Highlanders. They have to be on the road because it's Meet the Highlander night tonight, so luckily Coach gave us a couple of players. He won't be here, but Coach Leo Holmes, head of the defense, is going to be here as well. So we'll take a timeout and be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, we're back here at the Southwest Oklahoma Brewery. It's kind of new experience for those in Lawton. In fact, I was telling people about it, and they kind of said, well, where are you located? Well, you're on 2nd Street. You can't miss us if you drive by. And this is the Coaches Show, first of the year, and I say they still call this Zero Week. I really don't know when they can stop calling it Zero Week and just have it Week 1, because a couple of years ago when teams started to play Zero Week, of our 13 schools, only like 3 of them were playing Zero Week and everybody else started on Week 1. Well, now it's reversed. We have 9 that are playing on Friday and only 3 that will play next week. So we'll start off with the MacArthur Highlanders. They're up first. You got Meet the Highlander night tonight, and Coach Leo Holmes joins us. And Coach Lee, I guess I can tell on you a little bit. I ask you, what year, say, Meet the Highlanders, what year is this for you?
I started coaching in 1979. Was my first high school football season.
All right, so is that 37? That's you got quite a few years under you, and you never lose it. I mean, I think for those of us who love the sport as we do, we stay connected as long as we can. I know that you've taken a role of retirement, but you weren't fully retired because you stayed on the football field, and even with some medical stuff last year, you were kind of hobbling around, and I think that you're doing quite well this year. But you also got some new duties, at least helping with coach has already debuted a little bit of a new defensive flair. So what are we looking to expect for this year as far as the MAC defense?
Well, we're going to be pretty multiple. We're going to have, several different fronts and movements off those fronts, and we're going to try to be very aggressive and play on their side of the line of scrimmage.
So talk a little bit about your first opponent. I know this is going to be the Elgin Owls, someone that you were familiar with a couple of years ago because they were in the district, but you kept that going as non-district games, as opponents that you could play. A very tough team that they've kind of had your number in recent years. They went on to win a state championship. You guys were able to see them a little bit in their spring contest with a round robin between Guthrie and up in the Oklahoma City area with Bethany. So what did you see from them, and what did you guys have to prepare for this week?
Well, Elgin is still very talented. They've got a good coaching staff. They'll have their kids ready to play, and we're looking for it to be a hard-fought game. They have gotten the best of us the last couple of years, but, we feel like that we've got some kids that have been starting for us for 3 or 4 years.
Two of them right next to you.
And I think that, I think we're the ones that are grown up now.
Well, the thing is, for MAC, and I can't even remember when the last time a week 0 or week 1 game was played on the road, because usually it's your two city rivalries. It starts off with either a Lawton High Eisenhower matchup. This was kind of different, and last year we had them at home, and it was on a Thursday. This year we're traveling. So when's the last time you've seen MacArthur open the season on the road, and what does that mean for MacArthur this year?
Well, like you said, we don't open up on the road very often, but we go on the road enough throughout the year and summer camps and scrimmages and what have you, that it's not a big deal for us to go on the road, really, especially when it's only 15 minutes from the school.
How was your summer? You have a good summer?
Oh, yeah, it was good.
Did you have a good vacation at all? I always ask teachers because usually you have a very short window of when they can leave because of summer pride, all the rest of that stuff. Were you able to get away for a little bit?
No, we didn't go anywhere. We didn't go anywhere this year.
He owes you.
Yeah.
He owes you. How many times have you said that? You're married to a coach. You know? I got it. Well, thanks. We'll get Gunnar Tate is one of our seniors, linebacker, and talk a little bit about what you want, heading into the senior year. What are you looking to do for you personally?
I'm looking, make a deep run in the playoffs, start that by winning our districts and just doing what we're capable of.
And what did you want to do to improve on your game personally? Because this is your last year to be able to show it, to showcase what you're able to do. How would you like to get better on the football field, on the gridiron, and what is it that you want to focus on?
Always speed, but eye discipline for me, reading people, reading guards, guards into the backfield. That's a big thing for me.
As Coach mentioned, starting with head coach Brett Manning and then also Coach Holmes, that you've switched up the little defense, so you've been kind of anchoring that at linebacker for the Highlanders. What has that change been, and how have you adapted to the adjustments for defense this year?
The change, it's been really smooth. It's a lot more vocal stuff for me. I got to take charge a little bit more out there, but it hasn't been very hard, and I expect really good things with this defense.
All right, we'll get to our starting quarterback for the MacArthur Highlanders, Avon Lachlan. Now, let's talk a little bit about you. You started as a sophomore. This is your third year. As I asked Gunnar what he was looking to do to improve on or to get better, what is your main focus personally for a goal this year?
One of my goals this season is to be able to read defenses better. There's always little things with throwing the ball and running the ball, but that's one of the big things I'm looking forward to learning how to do better.
How's your summer been?
It's been great.
Huh?
A lot of football.
Has there been a lot of football? And I know that a lot of you guys will pick up, and I know you got Josh, you got two, and you also got a little bit of an advantage of getting some guys that are playing both ways. Have you kind of meshed with it? I've always looked at quarterbacks to try to find that rhythm before season started. So whether it be summer stuff, you guys throw the ball around. Did you guys get to do that a lot during the off season to kind of connect?
Oh, yes, sir. So we played on the same 7-on-7 team, me, Josh, Adam. We've been going to the fields almost every night throughout summer, all that.
How is it that having Adam come in, I could ask the same thing about Josh going to defense, which was a surprise to me when I saw in the spring ball, but I was really impressed that Adam came over on the offensive side of the ball. Now you got a weapon with him to use, and then I was told by Coach Holmes that you're going a little bit both ways too. You got a battle scar to show on that, you said?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, there it is right there. And you're saying it with pride. You're beaming with pride about that.
Yes, sir. I just like to show other teams I'm aggressive. I can do that. I'm an athlete.
So you can actually give the hit as opposed to just take the hit?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 0 week, you're on the road against the Elgin Owls. You already got some history with that. So what does that game mean to you? I know is from a coach's perspective, it doesn't mean anything. It's a non-district game. It doesn't account for playoffs, but there's still a lot of pride. There's still a lot of talking about that. So what does that game mean to you at 0 week?
A lot of all that talking stuff, like posting stuff on the internet and stuff like that, it really doesn't mean nothing to me. Like this game, it's not too personal or something like that or anything like that. Like it's a game, and I want to go out there and I want to win it.
Okay, all right. Well, hopefully you can do that. Avon Lachlan, starting quarterback, 3 years. Boy, that's an impressive stint there, and maybe you can leave a great senior legacy. And Gunnar Tate, starting at linebacker. Gunnar, have they recruited you over on offense?
Yes, sir. I'm playing.
I already know you punt, so I'm seeing a lot of guys going both ways. So I say maybe there's a theme with this, so I didn't even know, so I had to ask.
Yeah, I'm playing tight end and we call it pipe, but our fullback.
And the only reason I knew that is during the highlight stuff, and I was packaging it together, and I see 15 with the ball, and I said, wait a second, I don't think there was a jersey change. I think that was Gunnar out there. So, yeah, that works out well. Well, good luck to you guys. I'm going to let you guys get on because you guys got to go meet the Highlander night. That's a special night there at MacArthur, very big tradition, and we'll let them get underway. We've got Cash in the house, Walters, Stockton Lawton High, and Eisenhower. We'll do all of that right after this time out as you're watching the Coaches Show here at 104 Southwest 2nd Street. It is Southwest Oklahoma Brewery right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, Southwest Oklahoma Brewery here on 2nd Street. Come see us. And I'm telling you what, as far as the barbecue is concerned, and I just had 2 experiences. Just to tell you my experience with it, I had lunch here last week to kind of scope out what we're going to be doing, where we're going to be eating, and I said, oh, okay, I'm going to stay here for lunch. So I had got the 2-meat plate on the summer side because it was lunchtime, and I got the brisket, very good, tender, juicy, and then their sausage, which they make in-house every day because it has what I like, the jalapeno, a little bit of kick, a little bit of cheese, and I'll tell you what, their sides, I'm going to blow you away with this. Their okra, their fried okra is not just chopped up like you normally see. It is full stripped, full cooked okra, fresh, and their mac and cheese. Yeah, it's really something. I told them I'm going to wear the menu out just so I can talk about each and everything. But you can come here for dinner, come and spend some time with us. But we're going to be here each and every Tuesdays for our coaches show. And let's get to the Cash Bulldogs, where we've got Coach Tanner Thompson. And Coach, how was your summer? Did you have a good summer? I asked teachers that I don't even know if they even had time to have a summer. But how was it?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Me and the family didn't do much, but I got a 2-year-old, and right now he's
life is grand.
8-month-old, so I get to chase them around all the time, and then up at the field a little bit, with summer pride and all that. But it was a good summer.
Okay, and, this is your second year, and first year, you kind of, whether you say I was big-eyed, and I know you have a lot of coaching tree history to give you some insight away from it, when you could kind of get some of their expertise and wisdom. But, you had to kind of learn on the ropes of what a head coaching position is. Coming into this second year for you, what's the difference between year 1 and year 2 for you at Cash?
Well, it's just experience. And, when you have an off-season in the summer – in the spring, to kind of go in and install all the things you want to do and change the things that you want to fix from the previous season. It just makes a huge difference. And, a lot of coaches told me that you're never going to know what it's like to be a head coach till you're a head coach. And I learned that last year. And there's a lot of things that I think we implemented that I like, and there's a lot of things that I want to change going forward. And we made those changes, and I think it's been really good for us.
Well, I mentioned that of the 13 schools that we have on the network, 9 are playing this Friday. You are not one. You are the ones that are off and really have your week to get ready for next week. But that also gives you a little bit of an advantage that you get 2 scrimmages out of it. The other teams only get the 1. So whether pros and cons of it, what have you seen? Have you had your first scrimmage?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so break down what you saw from that, what you learned from this year's Cash team, and what you can build on from there.
Right. We went to Lone Grove this past Friday, and there was some good and bad. It's just how every scrimmage goes. It's never as good as it seems. It's never as bad as it seems. Offensively, they made it tough because they pressured quite a bit for our first scrimmage, and us going in, we just brought we wanted to do our base stuff and just kind of get better at that. And so it made it a little bit tougher on us to run the football and do some of the things in the passing game with pass protection and throw the ball downfield that we wanted to do. But, we were one guy away, and we saw that. So we still had some big plays, and the good thing is we're one guy away from even more big plays. And so that's an area we can get better at. Defensively, I thought we played really well. We went out there and played our base defense, and I think for the most part we shut them down. That's just a testament to those. We have some really good senior linebackers, and they kind of set the tone of how we want to play on defense, and they did a good job getting us in the right checks and what we want to do.
Tanner Thompson joins us, head coach of the Cash Bulldogs, and next scrimmage is who and where is it going to be?
We got a 3-way scrimmage. It was supposed to be at Perkins, but they moved it to Kingfisher, actually, because of weather. So we'll go up to Kingfisher and we'll scrimmage them in Perkins Tyrone. And it should be a pretty good scrimmage.
Now, after evaluating yourself and what you saw, how would you like to improve going in from this scrimmage to the next scrimmage to find out really who this team is before you start play?
Right, yeah, just some details offensively, especially up front. Being able to pass protection, getting better there in that area. And again, last scrimmage it was hard to kind of evaluate that because they literally blitzed every play, and it was just for our first scrimmage it was hard to kind of criticize them so much for that. But getting better at our pass protection, being more detailed and with our run blocking and what we need to do there defensively and just as a whole, we want to be more physical. We got to be a lot better at tackling on the defensive side of the ball, and then on the offensive defense side of the ball, we want to be the most physical team on the field, and that's something we got to improve on this week.
Okay, also talk a little bit about the structure of your team as far as classes. Like, some are senior heavy, and a lot of times coach will use the terminology, we're young, we're really young. So what is the complexity of the makeup of this year's Cash Bulldog team?
Right, last year we were young. We were young. We played a bunch of sophomores and juniors with a few seniors in there. And this year I think we're more experienced and we're more senior heavy. And so that's been a big plus for us. And I mean, with our senior leadership, we saw it all off season, and it's translated to the spring, the summer, and then now into the fall. And so, I mean, that's been big for us. But we also have some young guys, some sophomores that have really stepped up and should be big sparks for us this season.
Okay, and so, peeking ahead, and I know that's not what coaches like to do, your first game on the season is the Duncan Demons. That is a class size up from you, sort of a 5A or 4A. Do you think that benefits you? Because, I've seen Newcastle, for example, is still playing very tough opponents in a non-district schedule, and some don't like to shy away from that. Say, like even MacArthur has a 6A school on theirs on a non-district game. Do you think that really helps you prepare for district play?
Absolutely. I think anytime you play, good competition, it's going to make you better one way or another. Whether it's good, whether you go out and you excel against them, or you find out things you need to fix. And so, going up against Duncan, that's a challenge we're excited for and we're ready for it.
All right, and we'll talk more about that when we get into next week. You'll know a little bit more of what your scrimmage did and how you can prepare for Duncan. Okay, let's get to some of your players. Grab the microphone, give us your name, your grade, and what position you play.
I am Zach Abbott. I play quarterback, and I am a senior.
Taking over the reins at quarterback. So do you feel that, and I know you were on our media day, and I talked a little bit about knowing your family name, your family heritage, and what kind of pressure that is, and whether you kind of undo or are not undo, but how are you taking that position of starting quarterback for the Cache Bulldogs?
I mean, last year when I had the opportunity to play, I was really nervous when I came in there. I wasn't really ready, fully to play. This year, coming into spring, having an amazing offseason with my guys and everybody, we had a really good offseason, so I was way more ready than I was last year, and I feel like I'm really more confident.
How would you like to improve on your game personally? What do you want to get better at?
I want to improve on, more reading on our defense, because I need to learn how to, fully, read the entire field, make checks on the field when we need to make them, and detail the entire offense up the best I can.
Coming into this season, are excited? I mean, everybody is just at 0 week in week one. Everybody's 0-0. Everybody's looking to prove something. And, how excited are you to start this season?
Yeah, it's a fresh start. So, we have a really good chemistry together. We all are all on the same page of what we want to win and what we want as our goals to succeed. So, we're really, excited and ready for it.
Okay, I'll pass the mic over. I think that's your backup quarterback, right? I think that's taking the number 2 reps. This is probably your biggest protection, right? Give us your name, grade, and what position you play.
My name's Alan McKinney. I'm a senior, and they have me at offensive tackle.
Yeah, I know. So you got to – are you on the blind side? Are you on the left side? Or what side are you protecting?
I'm on the right side.
On the right side. Okay, all right. So you got a job to do and take care of it. How has your summer been?
It was pretty good. Mostly been football. I took a trip to Colorado during the early summer.
Did you?
But ever since that, it's been football.
Yeah, and with that summer pride that everybody is so used to, how well has that conditioned you to get ready for these coming weeks?
Oh, it's conditioned me way more. This year, it's done way more than years in the past. So I think it's definitely been better for us this year.
What did you want to come in to get better at tackle? I mean, how did you want to improve on some of your, as a senior, to get better at your craft?
Oh, I definitely drop my hips more. I do play kind of higher when it comes to tackle, so I definitely need to work on that. And then my footwork, not the best, but I've definitely gotten better at that.
What excites you most about coming into this season?
Senior year.
Yeah.
This is the last ride, and I better give it my all.
Yeah. And, what has been the team chemistry? Each team is different because, the seniors will lead, then they'll graduate, and then you were a junior, now you're a senior. What kind of leadership are you leading to them, and what kind of chemistry does this Cache Bulldog team have this year?
Oh, I think the leadership is amazing. Coach Thompson can say it himself. The seniors have really stepped up this year, teaching the younger players as well. And the chemistry is off the charts. Really, I think the O-line, the receivers, quarterback, everyone love each other, and it shows.
it's fun to hit someone else in scrimmage other than, beating each other up? Are you looking forward to this second scrimmage coming up?
Oh, I'm really excited for it.
I see that you got a little bit of stuff on your arm, so it looks like you've been battle tested already, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm on every single scout team. I can never get it.
Okay, so
get any more
little
reps.
bumps and bruises that go along with it. Okay, the Cash Bulldogs. Coach Tanner, I appreciate you spending some time with us. We'll see you next week on Tuesday when you can get ready for real, and you can maybe you can be our guest OSN watch party on Friday, because we got a lot of games that you can kind of spy on and take a look at. All right, so we are at Southwest Oklahoma Brewery, 104 Southwest 2nd Street. We've got Eisenhower, we got Walters, we got Lawton High. They're all coming up next right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, we are back here at the Southwest Oklahoma Brewery, 104 Southwest 2nd Street. Come join us for dinner. Come join us for the fun football talk each and every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. This is going to be our headquarters. Yeah, we're going to be camped out here hopefully till December, and that means someone's going to be playing for a state title. So we can get through Thanksgiving time, then I know that's a very special time for coaches and players. And now it's time for the Walters Blue Devils and talk to Coach Farron Griffin. In fact, I've been asking the other coaches and the players, how's your summer been?
It was fast and furious, but we had a good summer.
Okay. What did you learn coming into, you've got a lot of change when you have, we've talked to other teams, when you have an exodus of seniors. And I know at our media day you said that you're going to surprise some people because you saw some of these underclassmen and how they've stepped it up. So, that's the big change. I think just on paper, people are going to say, oh, well, what's Walters going to do now? Because, you got this, this, and this, and they start naming guys that graduated. So how would you explain this year's Walters crew?
Well, the word, gets around, and I heard things like, oh, we're not going to have a big threat or deep threat or a weapon that's going to be a big threat. And in our scrimmage the other night, we had several touchdowns, and all of them were 40 yards or more. We had a big touchdown pass. Gage Sampson ran a couple of long runs, and we looked explosive again the other night in our scrimmage. So, as a matter of fact, I've had people ever since the scrimmage coming up and, wow, we were surprised. I'm like, well, what do you think we've been doing all summer? These guys are working hard. They're a good group of young men. They're fun to coach, and I knew we had some talent. Yeah, there's a lot of inexperience there, and that has cost us a little bit early on, but we've come a million miles from the inner squad to our scrimmages the other night, and even just today, I've watched our kids just mold a little better and become a better team. These kids are, like I said, they're a fun group to coach, and they work hard, and they're really, really coachable. We found some surprises the other night that we didn't know we had. One young man stepped up and took a starting job on the offensive line that when we turned on the film, we were like, wow, and so I'm excited. I can't wait to get it started. A lot of people are counting us out, and that's okay. We know what we've got in our locker room, and like I said, when it's all said and done, there's going to be a lot of people looking around going, how'd they do that? So we're excited.
Who did you scrimmage when you said you
we had a four-way at our place with Rush Springs, Carnegie, and Apache, and I felt like
that's good caliber on keel stuff.
It was a good test for us to see where we're at. Obviously we made some mistakes, and what I seen was our kids get better through the scrimmage. I watched them grow, and the first series on defense, everybody's like, oh no, but that was the first battle that some of those kids had ever been in, and by the end of the scrimmage, we're walking around there going, hey, where's everybody at? We want more. So, it felt really good at the end, Nobody was making yardage, and like I said, we made several long runs, long touchdown pass, and I was impressed with our young men.
Now, you're also another team that does not play 0 week. I said if there are 13 schools, and make sure you download our app. We even have it up on Roku and the Fire Stick here, and I appreciate that, at Southwest Oklahoma Brewery. You can find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. On your phone, just download the app, just a free download by searching the Oklahoma Sports Network. So you are not playing, so you got another scrimmage. So talk a little bit about where you're going to be heading and what you look to get out of that.
Well, we're going to Davis on Thursday night, and, of course, they won the state championship last year, and when we went into the scrimmage against them last year, we scored in our first team, and they didn't, and we really felt good about ourselves. And I feel like it's going to be a great test for us to see where we're at, to go down there. And I told our kids, let's not be intimidated. Let's go see who we are. And, good teams like that will show you where you need to get better at, and they'll show you where your insufficiencies are. So I'm looking forward to that. I talked to Coach Parker on the way down here. He called me. He's looking forward to it. Looks like we're going to have a nice evening down there Thursday. So we're excited to get after it.
What about that? Look at this weather today in practicing. Awesome. And Friday they say it's going to be like 78 degrees around 7 o'clock. I said, wow. I said, I can't even remember. I don't even remember a time that was like that at all.
Well, I think we've had 5 days all summer. It's been 100 degrees or more.
Knock on some wood. Knock on some wood.
I keep telling these kids every day we go out there, man, y'all are lucky. Y'all are lucky. Yesterday we had, the past 2 days we've had outstanding practices, and it's just been fun to be out there and cool weather.
You could be the coach and says, and back in my day when we do 2-a-days and we had salt pills, and they look at you like you had a strange head. But that just shows you our age. Well, Coach, let's get some players on there. Grab the microphone. Make sure you get that close to your there you go. Give us your name, your position, and what grade position.
I'm Jace Pequeno. I'm a receiver, and I play corner on defense, and I'm a senior.
Okay, so it's okay. No, we're gonna still stay on with you. So you're coming into the senior year. How excited are you to get started with football?
I'm excited. I've been looking for it all summer.
Does it carry over with the success that you guys had last year, that it beads into this year? And I know there's been some graduation, but you had a lot of great success in Walters, and the town really responded well with it. How is that to start this year's senior season?
Well, we've been doubted a lot, and some of the teammates, like Coach Griffin said, we can't look at this season going into it thinking it's going to be a downfall season. We're going to be low. We got speed, Gage Sansom, deep threat, Kelton Sutherland. We're ready, and our defense took a little bit to wake up at first, but after that second half, we were up and ready. But we wanted more. We wanted to hit people hard.
That's one thing about Walters. They are physical. They get after it. And Coach Griffin, kind of expects that out of you guys. What did you want to improve coming into this season for you as a player?
Just encouraging my teammates, man-to-man coverage. Simple. This is some stuff.
Now,
downing your teammates. We had some of that, and we fixed that within real fast. We're an encouraging team now, and we love one another. So,
you guys got that great bond, and it's playing for a community, and it's so close knit. And you always bring some support coming from the school. I've always admired that because of the close knit that you have. So, good luck to you on this senior season.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so let's get you name, grade, and what position you play.
My name is Carson Jones. I am a junior, and I play a hybrid back.
Okay. And so explain to me what a hybrid back is.
So I'm like a receiver, running back.
Okay. So you can come out to the slot and you can catch the ball and get out in space. How has this season been to adapting into that role? I know that you had, players like B.J. Palmer, and he graduated and he leaves, so it's next man up, and you got to get some other people. I know that there's one that Coach said on media day that was actually faster than Billy Palmer. They said he was the fastest on the team. He said, no, there was someone else, and we saw that, so we can see that. So how are you adapting to taking that role into this season?
So I was his backup last year, so I got a lot of reps in practice, so I really understood the spot coming into it this year.
How did you want to improve personally to get better at being a hybrid back?
It really just takes practice.
And what does it mean for you to be a Walters Blue Devil?
It means everything. I have a great community behind me, and it's just we got love in our community. They're always there to support us.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun year. And are you getting ready? Well, this is going to be a nice road trip for you, right? I mean, you get that when you're going to Davis. Yeah. You're going to go on a bus for a little bit. Tell us some of your habits as a player when you have a long bus ride. Are you one to kind of like take a nap? Do you put some earbuds in, music? Do you work on schoolwork? What are you going to do with the long trip to Davis?
I can't really fall asleep in moving vehicles, so I just throw some earbuds in and relax.
Listen to music and chill out. Okay, all right. Walters Blue Devils, and they are not in action for 0 week. They'll have another scrimmage up at Davis, and then they'll be playing. Who's your first opponent?
Hilton.
All right, so a team that you know well as well. All right, so the Walters Blue Devils, expect to see them each and every Tuesday with coach and players, and we like that you spend a little time. You had to make a road trip over here, and I always appreciate that.
Yep, it's great to be here. It's good for our kids.
All right, so we'll continue on as we'll continue with the Eisenhower Eagles, who is up next. Yep, and they've got a big one against their opponent. Yeah, we don't have to introduce what that 0 week matchup is going to be at 104 Southwest 2nd Street. It's Southwest Oklahoma Brewery. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, we're all crowded in here. We got a whole bunch of Eagles, and Eagles fans get ready for a new year, a new coach, and we got a whole new staff and some players that we're going to talk about. Well, introduce yourself and what position coach you are.
Okay, Glenn Logan. I'm the co-DC, and I'm a D-line coach.
All right, so coming into well, let's give you your background. Where did you come from? Where you hail from? What's your experience? Kind of give us a little insight for the Eagle Nation to know who you are.
So I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. I played college ball at LSU, played in the NFL with Cleveland Browns.
Really?
And now I'm out here.
Okay, so you were at LSU and then Cleveland. What position were you in?
D-line.
Okay, and so that was how many years ago?
I just stopped a couple of years ago.
A couple of years ago. Well, you got some experience because Coach, had his stint with Texas, and then he tried with the Texans. So what kind of advantage does that give you experience to bring to these kids to kind of learn, and they earn that respect from you to know that, hey, this guy has played at the Division I level, he's played at the NFL level, and what can he bring to the table for us? So what are you going to bring for the Eisenhower Eagles in those experiences?
Just knowledge, experience, just knowing the guys where they need to be, just bringing a different energy, different physicality, just kind of bringing a program where it needs to be.
Well, since everything's new, we'll just kind of ask you, and I know coaches will get their own little script as far as watching film, but what kind of defense is the Eagles going to bring this year?
We're bringing in multiple fronts, so depending on who we're playing, we're looking at the game plan, different schemes, putting different guys in different positions, making sure that we have the right players for whatever we do. So if it's going to be odd, 4-3, whatever, we just play a multiple front.
Okay, now you guys are a 0-week team, and we'll talk about your opponent here in a second. But you had one scrimmage in. What did you learn from that scrimmage, and how would you like to see improvement going forward?
One thing that we learned from our scrimmage is how do we get our players in the best position. The one thing that we needed to prove, just our overall energy. Just coming out, we can't come out flat. We always got to have high energy, high expectations of all these players, and they've been responding really well.
Okay, now the coach's staff may be educated in this. The players are not. They understand what this first week game is. In fact, there's the love between these two goes long and deep, and the history is there, and the kids grew up with it. They know it. They understand it very well. You can say all you want that this game doesn't really mean anything. It's a non-district game, but it means everything for especially these seniors. So I know you've been schooled on that, and your eyes will be open when you get to Cameron, and you'll find classes that have their graduating reunions on that date so they can see that game. They'll fill up the stands on both sides. Great atmosphere, almost a playoff atmosphere. I've kind of told you about that. What have you heard about this rivalry?
I've heard it's a big rivalry. I've been hearing a lot of things pretty much every day.
Every day, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not a lot of pressure to us. We just treat it like it's another game.
Well, and the Eisenhower Eagles were able to defeat Lawton High last year, and so that was a big thing for them, and especially in the community because the kids, they all live with each other. You got 3 schools in the same town, and so they all kind of talk about things, and there actually is a city championship trophy called the General's Trophy, a traveling trophy that goes to the winning team that can beat the others unless it's a stalemate between those. You had time to kind of break down some film just of their one scrimmage, just like you had one scrimmage. What are you expecting for the Lawton High Wolverines? Because they've got a lot of change too. It wasn't coaching staff, but graduation. They had a lot of talent leave. They're having to fill in some spots and some spaces. So what have you seen from them to get you prepared for this first game?
We've seen multiple different things. A lot of pistol formations, little boot, stretch, play action, some empty formations. So we've seen pretty good things.
All right. And how are you adapting to Lawton life now that you've been a transplant of going all different places?
I'm still adapting.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, and where do you originally hail from? You said, I know you went to LSU, but where'd you?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. So you have a different flair for food, all right? So did you get the spice right that you need here, or are you importing it in yet?
I'll have to import it in. Not at all.
It's not quite the hot that you want. Yeah, okay, yeah. I got you. All right. We got some players there, so grab the mic and get that close to give us your name, your grade, and what position you play.
My name is Lawton Clark. I play outside linebacker, and I'm a senior.
Okay, so a senior coming into this year. What did you want to kind of make as a statement as a senior for an Eisenhower Eagle team?
We all can definitely fly around. Our defense is good, and I feel like if we all just fly to the ball, 11 heads on the ball, then we'll be wonderful.
What's the change been now? You're a senior. You can reflect back. You got a coaching change. A full coaching staff is all new.
Yes,
so how have you adapted to them, and how have they adapted to you?
I feel like definitely along the way we all kind of we all kind of adjusted, and I feel like once we get into the game, we'll definitely get into the flow of things.
Okay, you're a senior. What do you want to do after high school?
I definitely want to go to college and go into business. Okay. Probably start a real estate company.
Really? Look at that.
Sir.
Now, usually I get I don't know yet. I mean, but, man, that is a plan. That is A, B, and C.
Yes,
I mean, the ultimate thing. Well, good for you. Okay, you got someone next to you, so go ahead and give us your name and grade and what position.
My name is Amir Giles. I'm a quarterback for IU. I'm in 11th grade.
Yeah, okay, so a junior quarterback. I get to see a little bit over there when I was at one of the practices there. How have you adapted, taking a role that this was a young man that was there for about 2-3 years right ahead of you that graduated last year, and now it's your position. What are you looking to make as a statement at quarterback?
I'm making a statement about first week beating Lawton High.
That's going to be the first thing. All right, okay. How did you, you look at game film, you looked at scrimmaging. How did you and still want to improve and get better at being a quarterback for this year?
By first taking my time with my young players, learning how to teach them so I can get myself together. But first, by anything means, I had to get myself together before I got to talk to them because I'm new to the team too. So.
Now, I know you mentioned, Coach, you had a little bit of understanding of what this game means. You as a junior coming into a quarterback role of this game, and what does this mean when you have to play the Lawton High Wolverines?
Dominate.
All right. So it would be a great opportunity to see them on Friday at Cameron Stadium. And we got one more coach. We're going to throw that mic on. Give us your name and what positions are you handle?
Yeah, absolutely. My name's Coach Nick. I coach the running backs over at Eisenhower High School. I come from Clarksville, Tennessee. I was originally in the Army and did some volunteer coaching on the side. And I was grateful that Coach Matthews ended up bringing me up on his staff. Okay, so you got running backs. You got a stable of running backs. You can. I know some teams are sampling with not just 1, 2, but using different packages. It's kind of the game has kind of evolved into it used to be a 1 back or maybe even a 2. I mean, way back went to the I formation where you always had a full back and did away with that. They became more of a slot receiver. So, how many running backs are you working with, and what do we look to see for this year? Yeah, absolutely. We have a total of 6 that we can put in at any time, at any position, and they are very comfortable with their jobs or assignments and the overall feel of the offense. Most of my backs are young, but they're energetic, very physical backs, always looking to make contact and score touchdowns. Okay, now we asked defensive coordinator about what he knew about this game, and you're an outsider that's come in. And what have you learned from the talk about what people are saying about what this game means for these two teams? Yeah, absolutely. So originally I am from here. I'm actually a Lawton High graduate.
Okay, all right.
So,
Yeah, don't say that too loud over there.
I'm not going to say it too loud, but I can remember my time over at Lawton High. Man, this rivalry was the absolute pinnacle of our season. It didn't matter if we won the rest of our games as long as we beat Ike. That's all that mattered. But, hey, I'm going to keep that same testament here. As long as we beat Lawton High, that's all that matters. Okay, so that's a great way to start. And, it's kind of a 0-week thing, a kind of disadvantage in some ways because you only get 1 scrimmage out of it and you got to play early. You do get a bye week out of it, so maybe that kind of helps a little bit in the season. But how are you wanting the running backs to improve going forward from what you've seen on film? Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, our backs are very physical, always looking for contact. But I think what our major, workaround or what they need to work on is their vision and their mentality of not being scared of contact, not being scared of, injuries, to just go out there and play their ball, play their game, and just listen to their coaches. All right. Yeah, listen to the coaches. That's always a plus. All right. Well, we're going to continue on as we're going to almost wrap up our first week, a 0 week of our coaches show with all of our schools, the 3 Lawton schools, plus Cash and Walters, and we enjoy the company. You can come and join us each and every Tuesday. The menu is full. If you want smoked barbecue, you want links that are made here, that smoker goes at night and it's fresh the next day, so you're ready for lunch or dinner. And they've got the summer menu, which is on the lighter side of meats, or if you want the full plate menu, which you can get at lunch or you can get any time, you make sure you check them out. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
These hands have seen a lot. They've treated wounds and cured diseases, kept their fingers on the pulse of innovation and technology, pushed the boundaries of what's possible. These hands have mended families and held communities together. But it's our hearts that drive our unparalleled dedication, expertise, and healing. That's why we're here.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, PayMe Checking puts real money right into your account when you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. PayMe Checking, the free account that pays you only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
All right, we are back here at Southwest Oklahoma Brewery on 2nd Street, and I'll tell you what, barbecue, I've gone down the list, and I'm just telling you, and Coach Zoe has not experienced it yet, so he's going to stay, and we're going to baptize him right in that barbecue. Yeah. So I start off with the brisket and their sausage, sausage that they make in-house with jalapeno, a little bit of cheddar.
Whoa, where are we at?
Their fried okra is not sliced. It's a full fried okra.
Okay.
Yeah. And their mac and cheese, it's really good.
I'm a little lactose.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, they got other sides with that. But I'll tell you what, barbecue, they got sandwiches. Now, it's not available on the weekend, but they have got a brisket burger where they get the brisket and the meat, and they combine that into a hamburger. I said, I'm going to have that tonight. In fact, we already had someone, Greg Hinton, our producer for the Lawton Wolverines, had that, and I said, man, that looks good. And, I'm a type of guy that when I look at your plate, and I said, man, I should have ordered that.
Yeah. That's why you got to get the sampler plate.
That's right. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Well, Coach Zoe, you're gonna finish. It's always last, but you're always the best. We save the best for last for the Lawton High Wolverines, and I asked some of the coaches, like Tanner Thompson, who is his second-year coach at Cash. Yep. You're a second-year coach now. Going into looking back at this year, a year ago, what's the difference between you, a coach, and the team from year 1 to year 2 here in this position?
As a coach, it's a little more understanding, understanding where we are in the process and that kind of thing. I think last year when I got here, I think people thought I was like walking on water or something when I got here. So we was just going to come here and
the expectations were a little bit high.
Crazy, But it took us a little while to get going last year, and that was just kind of understanding the process type thing. So, as much as you want to at times to skip some steps, you just can't do that. You got to take every process and do everything the right way. And take care of the process take care of you type thing. So that's where we are right now. In the middle of taking care of the process. Team-wise, last year, like I said, we had 28 seniors when I got here, so that was a big group. You know what I mean? And you're happy to have that many kids that are seniors, but then when they leave, and then there's a bunch of gaps behind that. So especially when most of those guys are playing, so that's kind of where we trying to find those guys that are going to be big playmakers for us this year. I think every position is new. I think we got 2 guys that played Friday nights last year total, so. It's going to be a lot of new faces.
Well, no, last year you said we're going to be a basketball team on turf because you recruited some great athletes off the basketball court. I'm not going to say that's what you're going to do this year, but how would you describe this year's squad? What are we looking to see?
A little different. We got to do it together. It's going to be we talked about it a little bit the other day. Not that we don't have those guys yet, but they're all young as far as guys that are big play guys. You know what I mean? So if you don't have the big play guys, then what do you have? Well, you got to do things together. It's got to be team. Everything's moving on a string together. People are moving together. The running game's going to be together. The pass game's going to be together. Everything's going to be together. Our defense is going to be together. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. It's kind of like how can we put the best group of 11 guys on the field to move together as one.
Okay, now you're a 0-week team, and so that means you only have 1 scrimmage. I guess the trade-offs are you can be 0 week and get a bye week, or you can get 2 scrimmages and then you have your regular season. Yep. You took on a big episode. Yeah. You went up to Jinx and you put the big boy pants on and you say, okay, we're going to – so break down what you saw from that. What do you like and what you thought you could walk away from improving after that scrimmage?
Yeah, I really don't think we've taken the big boy pants off. I think that's what we went to we went to Bixby for team camp. So that was, we was Bixby, St. Louis, Broken Arrow, Ed Memorial, some of the big 6As and nationally ranked teams. I told the kids the other day, we played 4 state champions, 2 nationally ranked teams, 3 6A state semifinalists, and a couple other guys, and that's kind of where we at right now. So,
after the dust settles, you guys are still standing.
We're still standing.
And what else did you find out about that?
That we tough, we resilient, we're going to get up and keep fighting. That's one thing I like about our group. We didn't give up. We showed up to play. Our defense played pretty well. We gave up a couple big plays, but when you played against Choctaw, I'm telling you, if people thought the Choctaw was going to be down this year, that's not the case. That is not the case. This might be the best team I've seen.
Really,
the Jakes had there, in the walls type thing. So the Hawk kid, kind of got us a little bit a couple times, but we got stops. We made him punt the ball. We stopped them in the red zone. We moved the ball, got in the red zone a few times. We came away with, we had 1 touchdown, so we lost 20-7. But to a team of that caliber, that's why I told our guys, we could have went and did the easy way, but we figured it out. I think we were right where we want to be. So I'm excited to see us kind of come back down a little bit. And not to say anybody that we're playing is going to be a step down from that, but I'm just saying it's a different level of football.
Sure.
Played at 6A, 6A1 type thing. So I'm excited to see what we're going to do Friday.
Well, and, Friday is it. I know that we'll talk a little bit before X's and O's. You said, and I was talking with the Eisenhower team that was just right before you about these are outsiders that were educated in what this rivalry was, and if you didn't live here long enough, you wouldn't kind of know. You kind of hear the stories, and now you say, now you know, because at our media day you said you were reminded by every Lawton High alum since then, and the biggest question for you this year to you is what?
Can we beat Ike?
Can we beat Ike? All right, so are we going to do it, Coach? So what do you think? It brings a playoff atmosphere. Reunions are held. The stands are full. You got to be excited for that for the kids to be showcased like that. But what else has that rivalry brought to you?
It's a little fire in the belly type thing, you know what I mean? I mean, I kind of adapt to places pretty quick.
Well, you're a Midwest City guy, so you knew Carl Albert, Dell City. You already had some of that mix.
And we really didn't play Carl Albert when I was in school. Dell City was our rival. That was,
right.
We couldn't even cross Sooner Road on the week of, that's kind of the police was right
the
there watching type thing.
Yeah,
if you got a school ID in your car, you can turn around and go back the other direction. You know what I mean? Because
it
was going to be some crazy stuff going on, and then the game obviously was going to be crazy every year. It was never a blowout. It was always something happened. I think my senior year was the craziest one because we were winning the game with 5 seconds left to go in the game, but we had to punt the ball. Like, we had to punt it.
Oh, my.
So our coach told us, like, hey, just punt the ball out of bounds.
Punt it out of bounds, yeah.
So we lined up the punt, and they called timeout.
Oh, no.
They roll out the field. They come back, and Mike Rogers now was not the punt returner, but he is now. So Mike Rogers is back there returning the punt. I don't know if you know Mike Rogers.
Yeah.
Yeah, this dude was the dude. All right, he played in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
But he was one of the best athletes I probably ever played against. And he was the quarterback, but he wasn't the punt returner.
Okay.
So we punt the ball and we shake it right to him instead of going out of bounds. He catches the ball on the line drive, take it to the house and beat us. That's how I lost the game. So
that's why you remember.
Yeah, that's why you remember. So I mean, this was kind of this is kind of the thing. You know what I mean? Down here, it's one game. It's one game on the schedule. Can you beat Ike?
I understand. They're not too worried about much else.
No.
Okay, so you both only had one scrimmage to play, and you're the second-year coach coming into a team that's brand new with coaches. Up and down, the staff is completely new. What have you seen on film for them, and how do you get prepared for Friday night?
I think he tried to trick me a little bit, man. He was really basic on film. I don't like that. I need to see what he really got going on. But it was. I mean, you can see there's some talent there. The quarterback is very athletic. They got some good receivers. The offensive line is pretty good. I think they got a young offensive line, but they got the job done a little bit. But they did. I mean, them too. They was up against it with Mustang. You know what I mean? With as big as Mustang's supposed to be this year and how good they're supposed to be. So they kind of in the same boat that we was in.
They got a good quarterback. I know
that dude is different.
He's special. Yeah,
that dude is different. But it was some good stuff on film. The defense runs the ball. The defense line is real strong. They got a couple of good defense linemen. They get up the field well, put some pressure on the quarterback type thing. They kind of play open defense in the back end, but I would anticipate that he's kind of just not showing me everything he's going to do type thing. So that's always the trick about game one is that you don't really know.
Right.
There's no film there. There's nothing. It's just a hope and a dream, and you just put a game plan together and hope it work out type thing. You know what I mean? Other than that, I told our kids the biggest thing about Friday is going to be who's going to take care of the football, who's going to make the most mistakes. Last year we had 111 mental errors against Ike. That's through top to bottom, offense, defense, special teams.
Right.
And then you can't do that in win football games. So we turned the ball over 3 times. They didn't. So they turned it over twice. They beat us in the turnover battle. They beat us in the mistake battle, and that's why they won the game. You know what I mean? So. Football's not hard, man. It's not a hard sport.
Yeah, I've heard that from Go. It's the fundamentals. Yeah, it comes down to blocking and tackling. Yeah. I know it doesn't sound too glorious, but
block, tackle, catch, throw, run.
That's it.
If you can do those things, you got a chance.
That's it. Yeah. You do. Yep. All right, you got some players with you, so give us your name, grade, and what position you are.
My name is Joseph Simpson, 11th grade. I play QB.
So we're going to stay with you for a second there at QB, taking that role. What's that like to fill in those shoes and have that kind of responsibility?
Man, it's a big step in my role, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't played football last year. I took a step from it. Came back. Coach Zoe was a good coach, told me the ways to be a better QB.
So how did he recruit you to come out since you weren't there last year?
I seen a basketball team, actually. I've been wanting to transfer there since I got to Ike. So I transferred over there. Craig had
Wolverines had a state runner-up in a great basketball season last year. They were very fun to watch, and that was really one great year. How do you want to get better at being the best quarterback you can be?
Man, just work every day, every percent.
What does this game with Eisenhower mean for a team, and what does it mean for you?
Man, it's a big rivalry, man. Like, Coach Cody, I know they like to talk smack. But, man,
you don't want to be any billboard material, right? Where, they said this against us, and so, we're all ready.
Yes,
okay. All right, and you got a player next to you. Give us your name, grade, and what position you are.
My name's AJ Turner. I play corner and a little bit of receiver, and I'm a junior.
Okay, do you like which one do you like? Well, corner and a little bit of receiver, but do you like playing both? Do you like one over the other? You like defense to
I like
hit?
Corner more.
You do. All right. You like to. Are you a ball hawk?
Yes, sir.
What's your makeup speed in the air when a quarterback lofts it up? I mean, are you able to kind of make up the difference?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is your speed? Do you guys still have kind of races when you kind of line up? I mean, you still have that of who's the fastest on the team?
Jaden Adams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jaden Adams is our fastest guy.
Okay. And then where do you rank in that?
I'm somewhere up there.
Somewhere up there. You're in that upper pack, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
You're not leading the rear. Okay, all right. And what is this? What is this rivalry game you're coming up on Friday?
It means a lot. I know it's a lot that comes behind the game, like past years. So I know it's a lot that goes into it. And with me and him, Monty just transferred from Ike. It's a lot behind it, and a lot of. Just a lot goes into it.
Yeah, it means a lot, that when you have the transfer and you have opportunity of kids leaving to go from here to there and then adapt. But, it seems like you guys, you wear it well. Are you excited to get this season started?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. And then, coming from there, you still know some guys over there and they know
yes,
you.
Sir.
And
yes,
has there been kind of chatter, any talk? He just said that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
All right. Well, I guess we wouldn't be human if we didn't have that. All right. Well, good luck to you on. We're going to have both those on the matchups on the network for both Lawton High and Eisenhower. Coach, I was going to say too. I was at one of your practices. Is a creed or a motto? Someone had to get up and say this verbiage.
I mean, we start every practice with prayer, and it's we got a verse that we say. And the kids have learned it. They do a good job with it. You know what I mean. And then we end practice with a prayer every day. So
okay.
we got a little bit. I mean, we got to do it for the guy next to us and the guy above us pretty much all the time. That's kind of, that's part of the coaching. I don't know. I can't do it without him. So
okay.
Yeah.
And I know you've seen a little bit of summer stuff. And if you're friends with Coach Zoe on Facebook, you got to brag up your daughters up a little bit.
Yeah.
Softball. Talk a little bit about them and how their game is adapted.
Man, it's been a special journey for them, I think, and it's getting to the point where it's starting to make some money time. You know what I mean? So they can't afford. Teach salary, man. They can't afford them to nobody go to college. You know what I mean? So they got to do it on their own. But no, they've done a great job. Man, I really appreciate them and the work ethic they got. I don't probably say this enough to them, but I love. I really love them a lot. I think they do. They do want to impress me. You know what I mean? And
sure.
live up to the things that I've done. And I keep telling them they just need to be their own people. And I got twin daughters. They're very different people, but they both got some big goals, some big dreams ahead of them. So I'm just happy to see them being able to pursue those things. And they're doing a great job right now. I think Lawton High's won 2 district games this year. We got 30 girls playing softball right now,
wow.
so that's a
good.
big deal. When we couldn't finish the season last year, we only had 6 girls.
Wow,
got 30 on the team now.
It's good.
They've been able to compete with some good teams, and Olivia has I think she's got close to 60 strikeouts right now in the first half of the season. So
great.
She's trying to get to that 100 strikeout mark. Brielle's got a few
on her
home
way.
runs, and
that's right.
Nobody's really throwing the ball to her. She's getting kind of frustrated about that. She got a lot of walks, but I told her, if I was whoever, I wouldn't throw the ball to you either. So she's All-American. She was All-American this year at the Sparkler, so that was a big deal. Just seeing where they came from, where they are now, where they're going type thing. They were in Missouri this past weekend, top 37 camp, and that was a big deal for them. They got to see Dad's picture on the wall and all. I got a all Big 12 picture on the wall and All-American picture on the wall type thing. So they got to see all that. And they haven't been up there in a while, really since they was babies. So I think it was kind of surprised that people still knew who I was and that kind of thing. I kind of told them we play KU this year, so that's going to mean I'm gonna be on a Netflix documentary about that deal, about the border war rivalry and all that kind of stuff. So I told him, you're getting close, but you ain't close yet. You got a long way to go. So but I'm really proud of them. They're doing a good job.
Okay, I wanted to make sure we mentioned them too, and we got our girls playing in softball, we got volleyball, and we got football. Yeah, starts on Friday. 9 of the 13 on the network. Yeah,
no more baseball and tennis.
Yeah.
Tennis on ESPN right now. We can't do it.
Well, yeah, we get the real stuff that we all come to love.
Right.
All right, well, we'll take our last time out and close it out at Southwest Oklahoma Brewery on 2nd Street. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Yeah, check them out. That's all 13 schools on the network, on the Oklahoma Sports Network, and 9 of them are going to be playing 0 week on Friday. No games on Thursday this year. I mean, for this week, but we'll have Thursday games throughout the season, but all will be on Friday. Make sure that you download us on your phones, Apple and Android devices. It's easy. It's downloadable for free. It's free to watch. Just search the Oklahoma Sports Network either in your Apple Store or Google and Android. And then also Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. We got the TVs on up here on the screen. So I told them on Friday, if you want to come and you can't make a game and you want to just come to the Southwest Oklahoma Brewery on 2nd Street, they can have that game up for you so you can watch it. The barbecue is just great. And I'll tell you what, the fried okra, the mac and cheese, I mean, this menu is full. I am going to wear it out. I'm going to wear it out so I can kind of give you an expose of each and every week. We want to thank Michelle and her hospitality of having us here each and every Tuesday with our 5 area schools, all 3 Lawton schools, plus Cash and Walters on our coaches show. But Friday is it, 6:30 for pregame, 7 o'clock for the kickoff. Make sure you connect to us on social media, on Facebook, also on Instagram, and on X, and then subscribe to our YouTube channel. For those who are watching on Facebook, follow us there. For those who are watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You've been watching a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network, and we will see you on Friday.